We'd like to call up Hillel Tuchman to lead us in the singing of the Hatikva and the national anthem. If everybody can please rise for the singing of Hatikva and the national anthem.
Thank you.
Please remain standing as we are led in the recital of Tehillim by Rabbi Axelrod, Rabbi Glatt, and Rabbi Wolf.
Shir Malos, Esa'imai Elorim, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Ezri Me'im Adonai, Osei Shemayim Loret. Ayitain Lamod Raglecha, Ayonun Shomerecha. Hinei Lo Yonun, V'lo Yishon, Shomer Yisrael. Adonai Shomerecha, Adonai Tzelecha, Ayad Yiminecha. Yomam HaShemesh Lo Yakerka, V'yareach B'layla. Adonai Yishmercha Mikol Ra, Yishmor Es Nafshecha. Adonai Yishmor Tzescha V'echa, Me'ata V'yad Allah.
Shir Amalos, Ashrei Kol Yirei Adonai, Haolech B'drochov. Yigia Kapecho Ki Sochel, Ashrecho V'tov Loch. Eshticho Ki Geten Poriyo, Bi'ar Kisei V'esecho, Bonecho Ki Shisilei Zeisim, Solim Shulchanecho. הנה כיכן יבורך גובר יראה אדוני. יברכך אדוני מציון יראה בטוב ירושלים כל ימי חייך. רבוני רבונך שלום על ישראל.
שיר המעלות ממעמקים כרסיך אדוני. אדוני שמע בקולי תהיינה אוזניך קשובות לכל תחנוני. אם עוונות תשמריה אדוני מימון. תהיה לך סליחה למען תברך. הביסי אדוני כבשר נפשי ולדברו הוכלתי. נפשי לאדוני משמרים לבוקר, שמרים לבוקר. החל ישראל אל אדוני, כי עם אדוני החסד והרבה עמו פדוס. והוא יפתס ישראל מכל עוונותיו.
Please be seated. Good evening. Way to start off the night. Welcome to the Young Israel Woodmere 55th Annual Dinner Banquet. Now, I gotta tell you, I did not expect to be here tonight. I was at work Friday in a meeting, my phone started buzzing. It's usually my kids. But I got out of the meeting with a couple of the executive board members. I figured they were calling about a new rabbi or something. And I called them back and they said, "Can you MC the dinner on Sunday night?" Obviously, shocked. And I said, "Listen, what's going on here? Why me?" Somebody said, "You did a good job the last time. We're in a bind, so why don't you just do it?" Well, I guess I did a good job last time. I'm going to make sure this is my last time. So I was at work, and the person that I was in a meeting with said to me after the meeting, they know I'm Jewish, from Jew. He said, "You should go see this movie I just saw. It's about, it's a Holocaust movie. It's about stolen art. You should go see it on Saturday night. Go see it with your wife." So my first reaction was, Sphira, So I got a bewildered look. And then I said, "Actually, I just got asked to MC the shul dinner." And she said to me, "Oh, what does that mean? You have to tell jokes?" So that's when I realized I got overcome with fear. I forgot that a shul dinner is all about jokes. Even a Reformed Jew knows about jokes at an Orthodox shul dinner. So, got a little bit of pressure. So I tried to get out of it over the weekend, but it didn't work out. And so I asked some friends, maybe give me some jokes for the dinner, help me out a little bit. And the first person said to me, "Well, what? Get up there and do a little bit stand-up comedy, Jerry Seinfeld like." I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Get up there, like, what's the deal with the Atlantic Beach Bridge, So I said, "I don't really think I'm going to do stand-up. It's really not going to go over well." So over Shabbos, I asked somebody said, "Well, maybe talk about a hot topic in the shul right now." I said, "I'm not really aware of any hot topics right now in the shul." So somebody came up to me and said, I have the greatest idea. Go up there, make a joke about all the emails that went out about the shul dinner. Obviously, my reaction was the same as yours. So obviously, I wasn't going to do that. So then somebody said to me, well, if there's nothing hot, there's no hot topic in the shul, maybe just a hot topic in the Orthodox world. So I said, please share. They said, well, you know, you got the kosher switch. That's really on everybody's discussion board right now. So what am I supposed to get up there? What's the deal with the kosher switch? Is it kosher? Is it a switch? I thought it's not supposed to be a switch. That's the whole point. So anyways, I decided, you know what? I'm going to be unfunny at the dinner. And I'm just going to try to move the program along. We do have a lot of honorees tonight. And all of them have really done a tremendous amount for the shul over the years. I've personally witnessed some of that work that they've done, and some of the work has done before I even stepped foot in the shul. And every single one of them is well-deserving. And we're going to hear more about them as the program continues. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Rabbi and Rebbetzin Foreman, who have had an impact not only on the shul alone, but the broader Jewish community, spreading Torah, teaching Torah throughout. We look forward to hearing about each and every of the honorees as the program continues. A couple of announcements before we move further on in the program. Just first, please remember to hold on to your place cards so that you can pick up your gift bag when you leave the dinner. And second, the raffles are still available for purchase. There are some great prizes, so please check it out while there's still time. Before I introduce the dais, I'd like to give a couple of thank a number of people for working so hard to make this night's dinner the success that it is. Thank you to Mindy Glicksman and Rachel Roseman in the shul office. And to Danny Frankel, our executive director. To Patty Steinmetz and Toby Goldfinger. Renee and Sam Green. Janet and Robert Spector. Lisa and Harvey Kaufman and Kaufman Brothers Printing. Josh Coulter, Alyssa Sturba, Bettina Kramer, and Brenda Goldstein, and to Kulani for their beautiful centerpieces. We'd like to also thank a number of people for working very hard on the dinner. David Kasdan, Avinoam Cohn, Maishi Dax, Dov Feldman, Aaron Keller, and Hillel Tuckman. Thank you to each of the dinner chair people. Melissa and Avinoam Cohn, Paula and Nathan Kaufman, Lori and Robert Coppell, Beverly Libben, Bonnie and Kenny Siglick. Actually, it says Kenneth Siglick, so I'm just going to say that. Tamara and Andrew Siglick, and Alyssa and Leslie Sturba. And to each of the journal chairmen, Andrea and Mark Cornell, Brenda and Stanley Goldstein, Renee and Sam Green, Gisela and Paul Hofstein, Bettina and Alan Kramer, and Janet and Robert Spector. And we'd also like to thank each of the members of the dinner and journal committees. Also, we'd like to thank the Schreier family and Stop, Chop, and Roll for providing the sushi bar tonight in honor of the Young Israel of Woodmere and all of tonight's honorees. Buy two, get one free. We'd like to thank our Young Israel of Woodmere Sisterhood, led by Sisterhood Presidents Dasi Chelst and Bettina Kramer, for the many outstanding programs they have and sponsor over the course of every year. We thank them as well for the very beautiful gift that has been donated by the Sisterhood in recognition of our honorees. You will find in your gift bags a very special Hadlakat Neirot. A very special thank you to the many friends of Michelle and Josh Schwartz who have donated towards the purchase of Deer Street Mishnah Brewer sets for the Moshe Sashin Beis Medrash in honor of Michelle and Josh. We'd also like to take this opportunity to welcome Rabbi Shai Shafter, our incoming Rosh Beis Medrash. We look forward to having you join us shortly. We are also pleased to acknowledge the presence tonight of Councilman Bruce Blakeman and State Assemblyman Todd Kaminsky, and thank them for all they do on behalf of our shul and the community. And I can tell you, I saw Todd at a Shulamis Tomchei Shabbos event. It was pretty cold outside, and he was out there without his jacket, so thank you very much for all your help. I would now like to introduce the dais, and please hold your applause. I know there's a lot of applause for each and every one of these honorees. Please hold your applause to the end. Beginning all the way from my right, Michelle and Josh Schwartz, our new leadership awardees. There goes the hold your applause, I guess. Next to them, Rabbi David and Rena Foreman, our Amud Torah awardees. Everybody listens to instructions? I guess we're going to have to applause after each one now. Aviva and Simon Bach, our Amud Avoda awardees. Sandra Davidoff, our Mor Lador awardee, Gilbert Davidoff, Zechron Levracha. And our guests of honor, Risa and Harvey Kaufman. We're gonna skip this side. Bill as possible. He's worried about the booze. You know what? How about we go to this side and we don't applause until the end? Rabbi Billitz, Rabbi Axelrod, Rabbi Glad, Rabbi Wolf, Yehuda Pupko, Shlomo Zoller, and Danny Franco. We have a great video presentation for tonight, so please kindly turn your attention to the video screens where we'll hear more about our well-deserved honorees.
Welcome to our 55th annual dinner. I guess tonight the fives are wild, 55 and 5 honorees, 5 wonderful honorees who give so much to our community. We're so appreciative to each and every one of them. And we, that means myself and my colleagues, Rabbi Axelrod, Rabbi Glatt, Rabbi Wolf, and Rabbi Foreman, all wish each of the honorees bracha and hatzlacha, much nachas and bracha from their children. They all enhance the Young Israel of Woodmere, which is a shul that is a huge enterprise today of davening, of learning, of activity, of community activity for Israel, for the American Jewish community, and for ourselves, and for the greater Five Towns community. So welcome to our dinner, and we hope everyone has a good time, enjoys ourselves, and also pays appropriate tribute to 5 wonderful families who've given us different forms of service, but in the collective sense has enhanced our community greatly.
This year's dinner recognizes truly outstanding families. Our guests of honor, Risa and Harvey Kaufman. For our inaugural Midor Lador Award, Sandra Davidoff and Gilbert Davidoff, Zechron Levracha. For our Amud Avoda Award, Aviva and Simon Bach. Our Amud Torah awardees, Rabbi David and Rena Foreman, and our new leadership awardees, Michelle and Josh Schwartz. Each of these families has played a vital role in helping to make our shul the vibrant, special, and warm place that it is. They each understand the meaning of tzibur and giving time, effort, and energy to benefit our shul and community. It is truly an honor for us to pay a most deserved tribute to each of them and their families this evening.
So Baruch Hashem, we have the opportunity to talk about all of the wonderful things that the shul does. We have wonderful honorees this year, truly people who commit themselves to all of the things that the shul does, from Torah, from community events, from social events, to making the shul a really friendly and happy place for everybody to participate, young couples, people who've been here a longer time, people of all different stripes of religiosity and all different flavors, if you wish, of Yiddishkeit. And it's a wonderful place to daven. And that's really what the focus of our shul is. It's a wonderful place to be in, to do mitzvos, to even find social and good company. Pretty much whatever time you want to daven Shachris, whatever time you want to daven Mincha, whatever time you want to daven Marav, there's a place at the Young Israel of Woodmere. We really have a plethora of minyanim. They're all, Baruch Hashem, available for all members of the community. It's not just the shul, but really we're a focus, a foundation for the entire community to daven in.
One of the pillars of the shul is our adult education program, which continues to grow through the various shiurim, lectures, and events that we offer throughout the year. It's very fitting that this evening we honor the Kaufmans and the Davidoffs because as part of our adult education program, one of the features that has been continuing for year after year is the Gilbert Davidoff Memorial Lecture. It is a lecture that takes place often 2 weeks after Pesach, commemorating the yahrzeit. And for over 30 years, this lecture has continued year after year, where various speakers throughout a wide spectrum of areas and disciplines come to the shul to honor the memory of our former president.
But a shul is not just minyanim. A shul is also a wonderful place to learn Torah. And the Young Israel of Woodmere has something for everybody, whether it's online shiurim, whether it's small group shiurim, whether it's multiple daf yomi shiurim, whether it's specialized shiurim in all different subjects for all different people, men, women, people of a very strong background, people with no background. There's a shir, there's a connection that a person can make with the Magid shir, with the Rabbanim, with lay people who give wonderful shiurim to make sure that their study of Torah progresses for themselves. Each person can learn on the level that they're capable of learning. And we have very, very high level shiurim, and we have shiurim for beginners.
The shul has a wonderful parent-child learning program where multiple generations, parents, children, and sometimes we're even blessed to have grandparents, come and begin their week learning together with their children under the backdrop of Torah, pizza, and prizes. This year's program was a great success, building on the successes of previous years, and it's a great privilege to be able to begin my week surrounded by children, parents, and grandparents who come to learn and are involved in this program in a supportive role by their attendance, by their sponsorship, and the enthusiasm with which they bring to begin their week together with their children and grandchildren here at the Young Israel of Woodmere.
We are very excited about the upcoming start of our Beit Midrash program, which will be led by our Rosh Beit Midrash, Rabbi Shai Schechter. We eagerly anticipate the development of this new aspect of our adult education program.
There's something for everybody at the Young Israel of Woodmere. And that doesn't even include all of the special shiurim, the special scholars in residence, which certainly make the shul the place to be on a Shabbos or on a weekday, and certainly make the shul a wonderful place, a makom Torah.
Our adult education program has been greatly enhanced by the various contributions of Rabbi David Foreman, our in-house scholar in residence. His shir after davening at the Nisach Sfard Minyan, as well as all the different various series of Tanakh classes, has taken our shul study of Torah Shebichtav to a completely different level, and he should continue to have success in all of his endeavors.
Baruch Hashem, the Young Israel of Woodmere is a large shul, filled with people of all ages who have helped us to create a dynamic, energetic, and vibrant membership. We are open from early in the morning until late at night, making us an almost 24/7 facility, filled with minyanim, shiurim, and programs of all kinds. It is truly a privilege for me to be connected with the shul with so many wonderful people.
Mazel tov to all the honorees at this evening's 55th annual dinner. Each of the honorees has demonstrated and dedicated themselves to the continued growth of the Young Israel of Woodmere, and it's something that all of us this evening have hakaras hatov for their efforts and for their service.
So certainly on behalf of myself and Margie and all the officers and the Rabbanim of the shul, we all extend a very special mazel tov to the wonderful group of honorees that we have tonight here at the dinner.
Mazel tov to each of our honorees, and everyone should have a truly wonderful evening.
It's a real honor to be paying tribute to Michelle and Josh Schwartz, our new leadership awardees. What makes it very special is that Michelle and Josh both grew up in our community. They grew up here, they went through the system, so to speak, They participated in what the Young Israel of Woodmere had to offer when they were kids, and now they've come back and they've enhanced whatever we offered in the past by offering so many more things themselves at present. They've both been very, very active in the activities of the Young Couples Minyan, giving of their time and their ideas and their efforts, participating in everything in a great spirit. Josh has served 3 years as a gabbai of the Minyan, and also has been a Baal Tefillah and a Baal Koreh at the Minyan. Baal Tefillah and Baal Koreh is a trademark of the Schwartz family in general. And together they've really, really enhanced our community. They're friendly, warm people. They have so many friends who share in their lives in the community. And of course they have wonderful families. Their parents both are from the community. Josh's parents a couple of years ago made Aliyah and moved to Israel. And Michelle's parents still remain a very, very important part of our community. So it's really a combination of the Schwartz and Hagler families, which means so much to us. And it's a real pleasure to see, I'm sure for the parents, to see that they've raised such wonderful children who continue in the traditions of the families by serving in the capacity they do in the community. The Hagler family, just parenthetically, like the Schwartz family, has been longtime members here. The Hagler family also are tremendous Balei Tefillah. And I know that genes are usually passed to your biological children, but Josh inherited some of those as well from both his parents and his in-laws as well.
The Young Israel of Woodmere has always been a big part of our family's life. My bris was in the shul, my bar mitzvah was in the shul, my afraf was in the shul. Really every family simcha that I can think of has always been part and parcel of the Young Israel of Woodmere.
In fact, our first unofficial date was at the Young Israel of Woodmere Purim Carnival.
That's right, I offered to walk you home, and didn't you snub me?
Okay, keep
going. But the truth is, even before us, our families, we're both what we would consider second generation Young Israel members. My parents were very involved in the shul. My father was one of the people instrumental in getting the mikveh set up. And my mother was a member of the Chevra Kadisha for the shul. And I know that my father-in-law was, I believe, the first or one of the first youth directors before Mr. Silverstein for the shul. So it was kind of natural that when we finally moved back into town and started davening again at the Young Israel, that we were going to look to get involved in any way that we can to help the shul.
Coming back to the Young Israel was like coming home again.
I have such amazing memories of growing up as a kid in the Young Israel, and we were so excited to be able to have our children experience some of those same feelings. Whether it's playing the dreidel game on Hanukkah with Mr. Silverstein, or in junior congregation during the raffle screaming out, "Tough nugs," right girls?
Tough nuggies!
Or even a little more seriously, junior congregation helps them really learn how to participate in a minyan.
One of the most special things is that our oldest daughter Shira started to attend the Shavuos night learning, and she absolutely loved having the opportunity to learn with Rebbetzin Billet, and we're just so proud of her. And it's such a great thing about the shul that they have this opportunity for the girls to learn with the Rebbetzin.
We feel so fortunate to be able to walk into such a large shul like the Young Israel Woodmere and see so many people, but familiar faces, and get a warm feeling. Even when I walk into the main shul and I see a lot of the older people in shul, I still know them.
Josh, I think we call them the sophisticates now in our shul.
Correct it. So when we rejoined the shul and moved back into town, it just seemed natural to contribute to the shul in ways that I actually learned from the shul. So whether it was davening in junior congregation or in davening groups where I learned how to daven for the first time, and now I'm a chazan on Shabbos and Yom Noraim for the shul, or whether it was helping as a youth leader run junior congregation and learn how to run a minyan, or helping Danny Frankel in the high school college minyan at the time, and now I became a gabbai in the young couples minyan. So those are some of the ways that we felt sort of natural for us to kind of help and give back.
Young Israel of Woodmere has become such a part of our life, aside from Shabbos groups, and Shabbos morning davening, every weeknight, every Sunday, every holiday. Our kids love it, we love it. The shul trips, the chagigas. We can't imagine our life without the shul. And socially, the shul is such a great place for our kids. Since we grew up here, there are many more schools, and it's just a place for all the kids from different schools to get together. And it's great for us as adults also, socially.
Yeah, some of our closest friends that we have now, we've met through the Young Israel of Woodmere.
I love the way that the shul makes the chagim come alive. And I love junior congregation, and especially the raffles. I like the shul because my dad is a candy man.
We feel like we've received so much from the Young Israel over the years that it just felt natural to give back in any way that we could.
Okay, Josh, I think it's time for the thank yous.
Okay, good segue. So we just want to thank our friends and family for coming and participating this evening.
And the wonderful rabbis and the administration of the shul. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Mazel tov, Bobby and Abba. We love you.
You know, they said they're going to make life easier for me this year, and they printed out on a piece of paper the inscriptions on each of the awards in tiny print. And so, Rabbi Glad is going to give me the light on his iPhone. You have an iPhone 6? I only have a 5, and I'm the rabbi. Okay, I didn't mean it. Yeah, Michelle and Josh, please come on. So, I'm going to read what it says on this tzedakah box. You know, I think a tzedakah box is really a wonderful gift because there are rules of giving tzedakah. And the most important rule in giving tzedakah is to give it with dignity to the people who need it. To understand that a person who is a recipient of charity shouldn't feel that they're a recipient of charity. And Michelle and Josh have this great ability to relate to all of their friends in a very, very special way. Each friend feels like they are their special friend. So this is a wonderful gift. It's a tzedakah box from Michelle and Josh Schwartz. It's the New Leadership Award, and it says, for the devotion and friendship you have brought to our young couples minyan, we take particular pride in knowing that each of you has grown up in our community and have returned to help nurture the growth of our community for the next generation. With humility, gentle leadership, and wise intelligence, you have helped grow the young couples minyan into a warm and welcoming place. And this is given by the Young Israel of Woodmere at the 55th annual dinner, which is the 7th of Iyar, 5775. Our Amud Torah awardees, Rabbi David and Rena Foreman. They came to us, I don't know how many years ago, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I actually had heard of Rabbi Foreman from a series of lectures that I had seen coming out of Baltimore, where Rabbi Foreman had taught at a certain period of time. He actually was a student of mine in high school, in Manhattan Hebrew High School, the school in Riverdale that Rabbi Riskin had organized. And Rabbi Foreman came to our community, and since he's been here, has really been a pillar of Talmud Torah in our community. He has a unique style in the study of Tanakh, and it's not easy to find Tanakh scholars who are also traditional Jews and believe in Torah Misinai and present the Tanakh in a way that is so original and so unique, and yet at the same time so traditional and so in conformance with the views of Chazal that Rabbi Foreman really stands out, he shines. And he gave his first lecture here to a small crowd of people, and as we say at a bris milah, Zeh hakatan gadol yeh, the people started coming, and more came. What do they say in the field of dreams? If you build it, they will come. Well, with Rabbi Foreman, if you give a shiur, they will come. And so he's given shiurim to our community, to our shul. He helps run and lead in learning the Nusach Sfard minyan in our synagogue. And he gives a series of lectures to our shul from time to time, and people from all over the community flock to hear the words of Rabbi Foreman. Rabbi Foreman couldn't do anything that he did without the help of his wonderful wife Rena, who is a true Eishes Chayil, and supports him in all of the work that he does and all the efforts that he puts into his learning. And together they have made a profound impact on the intellectual and Yiras Shamayim element of our shul.
This is Rabbi David Foreman, and you are watching... One second, what are you watching? You're not watching Aleph Beta. You're watching the Young Israel of Woodmere dinner video. Okay, I guess we can do that too. Look, in Aleph Beta videos, we typically take a few minutes and take a look at the Parsha. In the Young Israel dinner video, I suppose we would take a few minutes and look at the Young Israel itself. What if we did look at our shul, the Young Israel of Woodmere, the way we looked at a text? What would we find? Well, my name is Foreman, but if you even leave me out of the picture, there's 4 other men, 4 leaders, 4 rabbis, who in a way epitomize what makes our shul special. Their names epitomize it. The name of our leading rabbi, Rabbi Billet, stands for one of our core values as a shul. That's right, look it up in a dictionary. What does billet mean? Billet is a verb that means to make a home for. In the olden days, soldiers would be on the go. They would need to stay somewhere at night. They would seek a home, a lodging. They would be billeted there. One thing our shul stands for is a place that people can call their home. There is a warmth, a sense of belonging. We all have a place. You're always welcome at home. You're always welcome in shul. It's where you belong. But the idea of home here gets augmented by something else. Rabbi Glatt, what does his name mean? The word Glatt we often associate with punctilious observance, but Glatt means something else too. It means to be whole, to have integrity, and that in the end is what the observance of all of these laws is about. Being part of our shul, we can hope to become more Glatt, to possess more integrity, to be the kind of people that others can count on. In addition to all this, our shul also contains a third element, epitomized by the name of Rabbi Axelrod. What is an axle? An axle is a rod that connects 2 wheels. What good is a community if it doesn't do that? And our shul does it in spades. Kippot srugot, white hats, black hats, cowboy hats, no hats, everything in between. All of that gets connected here. And then we have Rabbi Wolf. In Jacob's blessing to Benjamin, Jacob sees Benjamin as a kind of wolf, ferocious in some ways, but ferocity in the service of protecting a brother who's vulnerable. Benjamin stands by Joseph, come what may. And we do this too. We have the right to call ourselves a community because we do this. We are willing, when push comes to shove, to be ferocious advocates of those who are more vulnerable than we are. At the end of the day, our community stands for these 4 things. For being a home, a warm place that we can all belong. For cultivating observance and a sense of integrity. For being a rod that connects disparate and very different moving parts. And for being a wolf, ferocious advocates, when advocacy is desperately called for. Well, as Rabbi Foreman, I'm proud to lend whatever it is that I can to the great efforts of these 4 men. I hope through the Torah that we've learned together, I've been able to play some part in enriching your lives. I know that you have enriched mine. On behalf of my wife, my family, I want to thank you for welcoming us into this warm community. I want to thank Rabbi Billet and Shlomo Zoller for having created the opportunity for me to have a place here with you. I cherish that opportunity, the chance to work alongside these four great rabbinic leaders and to have a chance to learn and study with such a wonderful, responsive group of congregants. It's a privilege to be a part of a shul that espouses these four great and noble goals. Thanks for that opportunity. Young Israel of Woodmere, here's to you.
Okay, Rabbi, Rena. So the only response to that is that a Tilos Yadayim cup large enough for 4 men to wash their hands. It's either 4 men or Og Melech HaBoshem. That's really something. I always wanted to be a cartoon character. You should see the comic books that Rabbi Foreman sends us every week. Every week. Published by Marvel. Okay, this says, Rabbi David and Rena Foreman, the Amud Torah Award for your leadership, everyday teaching, and your work with the Nusach Sfard Minyan and our entire shul. You have used your originality, creativity, eloquence, and innovation to share the song of Torah in a harmonious cacophony of uplifting ideas. Through your efforts, you have inspired everyone whose lives you have touched. Presented at the Young Israel of Woodmere, the 35th annual dinner, 7 of ER 5775, Ein Mayim El Torah. By the way, in addition to Rabbi Foreman, I was also the teacher of our photographer, Ara Thomas. I want you to just know that.
Not 10th grade, freshman college.
Our Amud Avodah awardees, Aviva and Simon Bach, brought fresh energy to our community when they joined us about 16 years ago. There's a certain love of life, love of people, love of kids that they brought to the community. Simon has been involved in so many things in our community. He's been involved in Tomchei Shabbos, in packing and delivering, making sure his kids were here. And he's done that actually together with Aviva, who's also involved in the work of Tomchei Shabbos, which is a tremendous chesed. He's been a coach for the kids in different youth sports activities. Aviva herself is a great athlete, and she is one of the organizers of the women's athletic program here at the Young Israel of Woodmere. And then in recent years, Simon has taken upon himself the very special task of playing a key role in the security of the shul. I must admit that there is no one in the synagogue who looks more like an Israeli security person than Simon Bach. He's serious, he's professional, he's given a tremendous amount of time to get himself trained and then to help train others. And he has been a force in our security, which is really, really outstanding, and all volunteer driven by people who've made a commitment and have been inspired by Simon's selfless efforts to make sure that this place is safe for everyone, for the members who come to pray, for people who come for social activities, for our children, for everything. That is something which Simon has contributed in a very unique way over the past couple of years.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Yes, I'm here to see the Bach family.
Let me check. Sure, Daddy? There's this guy outside that wants to see you. Can I let him in? Okay. You can proceed in.
Around 16 years ago, Aviva and I moved into the community and became members at Young Israel of Woodmere. We looked for a community that we thought would be great for our children to grow up. We both grew up in communities that had great, vibrant Jewish communities, and Young Israel really fit the bill of what we were looking for our children. Our kids took advantage of many of the activities in the Young Israel of Woodmere youth department and a lot of the other activities, helping out with Tomchei Shabbos and a lot of other stuff. As you all know, Young Israel of Woodmere is one of the largest Young Israels in the world. 5 years ago, Reuben Levine approached myself, Neil Kugelman, Glenn Schoenfeld, and Jeff Morgenstern and asked us to embark on a journey that we couldn't ever have imagined would lead to where we are today. We started the CSS Young Israel Security Group and went through a 3-month intensive training course. That course has led us to be able to work with hundreds of volunteers in our community who help make and create our security team.
To be honest, when Simon told me he was going to do security for the shul, I thought he was crazy about taking a 3-month course. But as time went on, with what's going on in the world, I realized how important the security team is, with all their props. And I'm really just so proud of him for being part of the community and for making our shul so safe. We'd really like to thank our family and friends for coming out to Long Island to support us and be there for us at this beautiful shul dinner.
And I would be remiss if I wouldn't thank, first of all, Reuben Levine, who convinced us to take this honor and who helped me start this whole journey through security. Thank you to the rabbis, executive board, presidents who really helped and created this whole security venture. A special thank you to the entire security team who really spend all the time outside protecting the shul and doing everything and spending all those hours. And I really like to thank Aviva and my family for putting up with this and hopefully not making fun of me as much as they were at the beginning. And I especially want to make sure that everybody out there is careful out there, so be safe.
Mazal tov, Mommy and Daddy. We are so proud of you both. We grew up in Young Israel of Woodmere and spent lots of time in all the different youth programs.
We've learned from our parents how important it is to be part of the shul and have been able to help out with Tomchei Shabbos.
We are also very proud of our father for all the work he has put into the shul security. We are looking forward to spending many more years in the Young Israel of Woodmere. Mazel tov, Mommy and Daddy, we love you.
Simon and Aviva are my neighbors. Actually, one of my images of Simon was the morning of Hurricane Sandy, watching Simon wade through the water, the river that was on our block in his shorts, and we were all rather stunned. I was saying Kaddish then, I needed a minyan. I couldn't make it to the shul because I don't swim. And I asked Simon if he had a spare raft, which he didn't, but he helped me organize a minyan in my house. So in any event, this is a really very appropriate gift for Simon and Aviva. It's actually a picture, and there's a little dot over here on top. That's because we have a special, there's a secret eye in the picture. Anyone who comes into Simon's house, Aviva's house, will be photographed. And we have him pointing the picture, hanging it on the wall in the direction of my house, so that my house will also be secure. It's also a very good Hurricane Sandy gift, because you see, you can put it on the wall high enough that the water can't get to it, and it can't float away. And that's why this is such an appropriate gift for Simon and Aviva. I would like to read to you what it says on the gift. It's, let me give it to you in time. I did not paint it. It's actually Rabbi Foreman did it on his computer. It says, the Amud Avoda Award given to Aviva and Simon Bach for making our shul a model of security in the Five Counts community. You have demonstrated an incredible spirit of selflessness and devotion to the well-being and safety of our entire shul. Working long and tireless hours, you have created a warm and welcoming environment at the Young Israel of Woodmere. You have further solidified the spirit of volunteerism amongst your peers who share in your efforts. And this is given at the Young Israel of Woodmere 55th Annual Dinner, the 7th of year 5775. Pleased to honor Risa and Harvey Kaufman, and together with the Kaufmans, Sandy Davidoff and her late husband, Gilbert Davidoff, Olav Shalom, as the Midor Lador awardees. The Davidoff family is very much a community family. Gilbert Olav Shalom was president of our shul. He was one of the real pillars of our community, and he died tragically in a car accident on a Friday night. Sandy has been many, many things to so many people. Sandy has been the mother, and in a sense the father, and in another sense the teacher of her children. She raised her entire family for a good part of the time by herself, and she raised beautiful children, and she raised them to be in the tradition of the Davidoff family, and that is to care about the community, of course to care about their families, and to do whatever they can to service the Jewish people. Sandy is really deserving of so much tribute and appreciation for all the hard effort she's put into our shul and into her family. Risa is Madam Everything. There's nothing that Risa will refuse to do. She is tireless in her efforts on behalf of the sisterhood and on behalf of the shul, always thinking, always having ideas, always trying to make things better, to improve things so that the shul look good and that the shul give the best possible service to its members. And Harvey has been a wonderful partner. Harvey is not just a printer, although he prints as well. He's really a proud Jew and a real partner to Risa in everything that she does. And Harvey is proud also of his roots with the German Jewish community. We used to speak about that. I believe that his family still prints the Mitteilungen, which was the paper of the German Jewish community. And Harvey has continued that work in servicing our community and making our community look as good as possible in print. And if you look good in print, you also look good in so many other ways. And so it's a real privilege for us to give honor to the memory of Gilbert Davidoff, Olav Shalom, to a great woman, the matriarch of the family, Sandy Davidoff, and to two wonderful young people who have done so much for our community and continue to do so much for our community, Risa and Harvey Kaufman.
Wow, this is what it looks like from up here. This is really cool. I could get used to this. There aren't enough words in our lexicon to describe what Risa does for the sisterhood. Quietly and behind the scenes, Risa works for the sisterhood in any capacity that is needed. She's been doing this for years, for as long as I can remember.
She's our go-to person, whether it's meals for the sick, assistance with the elderly, or help with special needs children. Risa makes sure it gets done. She knows everyone and can form a committee to do anything. Having grown up in Woodmere, Risa easily reaches out to the different generations of women in our community to get involved in our sisterhood with warmth and graciousness. She has an uncanny ability to listen to what is said, reflect on what she has heard, and then make an informed decision. She is always generous with her time and her advice.
Risa makes endless phone calls, sends out countless emails, and is always ready to add sisterhood errands to her day. Yes, it's the sisterhood that funded the shul office renovation, but Risa was the one who made it happen. She selected and worked with contractors, chose color palettes, furniture and office equipment, and scheduled the entire job. And she had to do it diplomatically. She had to make sure all the rabbis, the executive officers, and the secretaries were happy. All this while she functioned as general contractor, coordinating all of the trades. When you think about it, it kind of makes your recent kitchen renovation a breeze, doesn't it?
Her home is an annex to the shul office. Doing sisterhood mailings from her home and enlisting her kids to do them has been her norm for years. And what would the sisterhood board meeting be without her mother, Sandy Davidoff, our Midor Lador awardee, offering us much needed expertise? I'm really not sure how Risa finds the time in her day to be a mother, run her own business, and be involved in every aspect of our sisterhood, along with the countless other important committees and charities she does in the community. I can tell you from personal experience that she emails day and night. I don't even think she sleeps.
Harvey handles all of the printing for the sisterhood. He has the quickest turnaround time of any printer I have ever worked with. But of course he's efficient. He's a Yeki. He wakes up at the crack of dawn to begin his work at Kaufman Brothers Printing. After a very full day of work, he comes home and helps with Tomchei Shabbos and has worked on the shul dinner every year. He's also president of the well-known Woodmere Park Association. Everything Harvey does is done with attention to detail and personal caring to get the job done right. Risa and Harvey are an amazing team. On behalf of the sisterhood, Dasi and I thank them for everything they do.
One more thing, Yehuda, if you're listening, this week the video, next week the announcements.
We came to the shul, a very young couple planning on raising our family in a beautiful community. Made lots of friends, which turned into a great close family. There were 35 member families. It is hard to believe this was 51 years ago. I right away joined in with all the girls on different committees, bazaars, luncheons, dinners, etc., and they were all very successful and fun. We all worked together so well.
My parents left Borough Park and built a house in Woodmere when I was 4 1/2. My mother's parents went back a long time with the Libors. That's how they came to look in Woodmere. It was a small and charming neighborhood. I had a couple of friends to start, and every couple of years someone new moved in. My parents became active in the Young Israel of Woodmere as soon as they moved in. My parents used to host the entire shul every year for Tashlech because we lived on a lake. My dad became president when I was 11. He was tragically killed 2 years later. My mom was left to be mother and father to 4 small children, including my sister, who was only 3 years old. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It is true. Rabbi Libor and the entire committee made sure we wanted for nothing. Alan Weiss made sure that my brother Ellie, at 8 1/2, went to shul to say Kaddish and stayed with him, so he was never left alone. Even though life wasn't always so easy, I was always happy and had wonderful memories and knew that when I had a family, this is where I wanted to raise them. When Rabbi Billet became the rabbi, my family had an immediate connection with him.
I started coming to Woodmere when my brother and sister-in-law, Nat and Paula, moved in. It was a lot different from where I came from, Washington Heights. People were less formal and they were even friendly. Little did I know one day I would marry a girl from Woodmere and cement my future in this town. Rabbi Billet married us in 1986. When we first got married, we lived in Forest Hills and we spent many Shabbases in Woodmere. I knew one day we'd move to Woodmere or Washington Heights, but clearly Woodmere was the right choice. I became a member even before we moved in. When we finally moved in, I got involved in many aspects of the shul, Tomchei Shabbos to becoming a board member and being on the catering committee.
My parents and their parents before them led by example and were involved in their shuls, yeshivot, Israeli hospitals, and many organizations benefiting children. There was no doubt when I moved in I would get involved. Sisterhood, the annual dinner, my favorite project was redecorating the offices this year.
Not only was I involved, but my Eishes Chayil Risa is even more involved in the everyday functions of the Young Israel. It is my pleasure to be involved in this great community.
We raised 3 wonderful children, Brittany, Dylan, and Shannon, who benefited from the wonderful youth department. They too are involved in many Jewish causes.
Looking back, it was a beautiful place to bring up my children, and I am so happy to see them raise their children in Woodmere as well.
We'd like to thank the rabbis for all that they do for our family. We also would like to thank everybody who worked so hard on tonight's dinner to make it a huge success.
I want to thank all of our family and friends who came tonight to make this dinner a special event.
We'd like to thank our parents for showing us the right derech and to giving us the right tools so we can thrive in a modern Orthodox world.
My bracha to the community is we should continue to do good deeds and go chal b'chal. Thank you.
Mazel tov, Mommy and Daddy, on this well-deserved honor.
And mazel tov to Grandma Sandy.
Papa Gilbert, I know you're watching us tonight.
Okay, first I'm going to ask Sandy to come up. still rabbi at 70, someone's going to have to hold this for me. Rabbi Foreman's clearly been busy. Am I blocking Santa? Thank you. I think a piece of art is really very worthy for Sandy. You know, art takes a lot of skill. You have to blend a lot of different colors. You have to deal with perspective, and you have to create something. And Sandy, in many ways, because of life circumstances, became a master artist. And she really continued what she had begun together with Gilbert Olav Shalom, and that is to continue to build and paint and raise a beautiful family. And she's really a master artist who belongs in the best of museums in the world, just for the wonderful work that she has done. Except the difference is that art you hang on the wall. Sandy is real, and she's standing right next to me here. So I want to read what it says to the Lador Award. It says it's presented to Sandra and to Gilbert Davidoff, Zichrono Livracha, with appreciation to you and your late husband, Gilbert Davidoff, Olav Shalom, who served as a past Young Israel of Woodmere president, for building a solid foundation which has enabled our shul to grow and blossom into the house of prayer and Torah study that it is today. Your spirit has been transmitted to your children who continue in your footsteps in our community today. It's at the Young Israel of Woodmere 55th Annual Dinner, the 7th of year 5775. Sandy, because I'm your friend and I really care for you, do not try to pick up that painting. See, Sandy, sometimes it pays to come back from Florida. Reese and Harvey are getting a Chanukiah. I know it's a little bit out of season, but for Reese and Harvey, it really is always in season. The principle of lighting Hanukkah candles is called Mosif V'Holech. We add light every night. And Reese and Harvey, truly, the way they live their lives, add light every day through the great work that they do, through the spirit they bring, and through the glow that they bring to our institution. So it's a wonderful, wonderful and appropriate gift. I have to read the inscription twice because I got a call this morning from some guy with a strange sounding accent who said to me, "You are honoring Harvey Kaufman and his wife Arisa. Remember to read the inscription in good English." And so I will read it in good English and then I will read it in bad English. Presented to Risa and Harvey Kaufman, guests of honor, as our devoted shul couple, you have given your all to enhance our sisterhood, our programming, our printing, and our shul spirit. Your unique ability to work with everyone has made you an effective leadership couple. You have undertaken each task with devotion, a positive attitude, and a flair for creativity. And you have made the Young Israel of Woodmere a better place for the entire community. Now, if you please stand up, I'll read it to you in German. Presented to Reese and Harvey Kaufman, guests of honor, as our devoted shul couple, you have given your all to enhance our sisterhood, our programming, our printing, and our shul spirit. Your unique ability to work with everyone has made you an effective leadership couple. You have undertaken each task with devotion, a positive attitude, and a flair for creativity, and have made Young Israel of Woodmere a better place for the entire community. Young Israel of Woodmere, 55th Annual Dinner, the 7th of the year, 5775. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program. Something's supposed to happen. Oh, Robert Spector is here. I don't know if anyone has seen Robert Spector around in the last couple of weeks. But I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that Robert has done an incredible job with the raffle. He's really devoted and very focused on it and has done a really incredible. We appreciate it.